Hi, Paul from Contemporary Synth here. This is part 2 in my 4-part series on electronic dance music. In video 1, we built these 4 patterns. In this video, we're going to build a bunch of different effects, and let's get started on that. My first step is going to be to enable split view. So let me do that, and now if I look at a few more zones at a time, and if I turn off the zone select, I can see that 1 and 4 are selected. I'm going to deselect those, and I'm going to jump to the part of the keyboard that I'm going to be using for this, which is 9 through 16. Let me talk about the zone select functionality a little bit. When the button is lit, you pick which zone you are controlling, and you can only control one at a time. When the button is not lit, you create a group, or I'm going to view it like a zone party. You can pick who's in the party, and you can pick a bunch at a time. When it is lit, if you pick a zone that's not in the party, only that zone is activated. But if you pick a zone that is in the party, the whole party is activated. That'll make more sense as we go through it. Let's start with this first one. It looks like a 1, but it's actually zone 9. And here I want to put a down sweep. I want a noise that goes something like that. There's an easy way to do that and a hard way. I'm going to show you the hard way first. You start with a user tone. Now you have to scroll past the supernatural acoustic and acoustic piano and electric piano, and you get down to this Zen Core user area. It doesn't matter which one you pick because you can change it when you save it. I'll zoom in the first time so you can see it. So I'm looking at zone 9, and this range right here, I only want to go up to there. The easiest way to do that, hold down shift and the key that you want, although you can certainly dial it. So now this works, and nothing out here works. Let's build my sweep. I'm in my initial tone, and I go to parameter. Now the parameter, as you can hear, is going to default to a pulse code modulated, which means like a recorded sound, and the program is a piano. So it's a recording of a piano. I'm going to change that to noise. And this switches the program to noise. I'm not going to change the pitch while I hold the key down, but I am going to change the filter. I'll leave it as a low pass, but I want my filter to look like that kind of change. My envelope depth is the amount of change that's going to happen over time. So I set this up right here, and then I can adjust the cutoff. Now, the bigger my envelope depth, the faster my decay has to be. Now you need to decide what you want it to sound like, and then you can adjust the resonance to get how much whistle you want. And that's how you build a down sweep. All right, so that's the hard way to do it. The easy way to do it is you go to FX and you pick sweep down. How about that? Now let's look at the parameters on that one. It also is using the noise sound, which is good. It also does not change pitch. Now on its filter, it uses a voltage control filter, which is a kind of low pass filter with some additional parameters. Now it has a little bit of attack here, which I'm going to turn off. And I'm going to speed it up a little bit. And this envelope depth is fine. And that's a pretty good sweep. And let me show you something else you could do. Let's add another partial to this. What I wanted was an explosion, but I couldn't find it. And I'll show you how you would do that. So here is go to pulse code modulated, and we can pick a program. And I know the ones I were looking at were around 480 or 480 something. So if I type 484, here's gunshot. I put them together. You can kind of see where I was going. I didn't really like that sound too much. That was kind of neat. So I can also control the volume, so let's turn that down a little bit. So there you go. Not too bad. Now I can change the filter environment for that, and it doesn't really matter. What I want to do maybe for that is let the release go a little more. There you go. I'll turn it down a little bit too. That is my down sweep. Now let's build the up sweep. Zone select and go to 2. Let's turn this back on. Look at all of them here. So the first thing I need to do is add it to the party. So I put it in there, and now let's set its split. And I've decided that this one is going to be from C2 to B2. So I can tap over or arrow over to there, shift C2, and tap over here, there. Now it defaulted to drums because channel 10 always does that, but this one's going to go up. So I can pick FX again, and here's the sweep up. Let's look at that pattern. First thing you can tell is that's a little too slow. I like that. And I'll turn some of the resonance down. And I'm going to put another partial into here. We're going to use this time the Super Saw. Super Saw is a Roland proprietary saw wave. It's actually 7 waves with a little phasing on there to give you that cool sound. Now this time I will change the pitch. And let's make this come up with everything else. Now I want to go, to do that I start with the negative envelope down. All right, let's keep going. The yellow dot is up. That means I've changed something. If I go to a different scene and come back or turn off the keyboard, these tones that I built are gone. So let's save those, right? And tone. Now remember, I picked 413. I'm going to type in 100, and it will automatically save that to the use your tone area. Let's save that one there. And let's go down and save this guy. Shift numeric 101. So let's say what I was ever looking for it again. I could go to user tones, come down past the supernatural, acoustic piano, electric piano, and there they are. Sweep down and sweep up. And it's also helpful if you rate them, you put a little star on here, that will help you find them later. All right, make sure I've selected that, and I can exit, and it's still there. This guy, track 11, which looks like a 3, is going to be an Arp. And this is just going to add some energy to the sound. So I'm going to pick a synth, and I've picked on page 7, number 38, which is a Juno sound. And I turn on the arpeggio, and I go to this zone view, and I turn on the Arp. Now I need to turn on enable its range, and its range, I need to put them in the party. Zone select, now 3 is in the party. All right, so let's pick zone view, range, F3 to F3. So now, channel 4 is going to be a pad that I'm going to use during the instrumental. So this is going to be not going to get used much. Pick that one. Let's put him in the party. Select, looking at 4, and his range is going to be G3 to F4. Actually, I'm going to change that to C3. It is good to keep that down as low as you can, because both the Fantom and the Fantom O are limited to 256 notes, and all the partials count. And if you have something different on the left and right, that counts too. So it is wise when you're going to split the keyboard and use so much of it like this to control how many sounds you're generating in each spot. All right, zone 5 is going to be my instrumental when it's time. Let's pick it. And I'm not going to put that in the party because I'm only going to turn that on later. The sound I want to use for that is a distorted guitar that I found that's pretty cool, Grungeroni. But you'll notice if I go to parameter, it's using 3 different partials, so that's an expensive tone, but it sounds pretty good. 6 is going to be my piano, and I already set that one up. I will make it a little bit fancier by making it the electric grand. And let's set its split. It's going to go from here, from there, all the way up. I'm not going to use 7, and 8 I'm only going to use as a highlight occasionally when I'm switching sound, so that's just going to be up here, and that's going to be this high-end pad. That is number 171. All right, let's put him in the party, and now all right, those are the parts. And I think that's everything I need for this video. If you're not familiar with these different transition effects, there's an excellent article by audio engineer Bobby Dellarocco on the Sweetwater site where he talks about 5 popular transition types and gives you real songs. It's a good article, and I will put that link in the description. Also, if you are stuck or need some help, I'm happy to offer private lessons. If that's something that interests you, check out contemporarysynth.com. There's information there on how to get a hold of me and set that up. I will see you in video 3, where we record an audio sample, and then video 4, where we put it all together and play a song. Thanks for watching. See you next time.